Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into something super important for any growing business. How small and medium-sized businesses, just like yours, can stop burning cash and finally build a smarter, more strategic IT budget.
So let's just jump right in with a straight-up question. Are you 100% sure your IT spending is actually pushing your business forward? Or, and be honest here, could it be a hidden drag, quietly holding you back from some serious growth?
The reality is, a ton of businesses are struggling with this very thing. See, overspending isn't just about the dollars and cents you lose. It's about the doors that never open, the opportunities you miss, and the risks you're taking on without even realizing it. But here's the good news. This is a totally fixable problem.
First things first, let's get to the heart of the issue. To fix something, you've got to understand why it's broken in the first place. And a lot of the time, it's because IT budgets are built on a shaky foundation of common and really costly misconceptions. Now, this isn't about pointing fingers at all. It's really just about recognizing a pattern that so many businesses fall into. Because once you can see the pattern, that's when you get the power to break it and build something that actually works.
Okay, so let's get into the nitty-gritty. We're going to break down the 5 most common pitfalls. Think of these as the hidden traps that can completely derail not just your IT budget, but your whole business strategy if you're not paying attention.
All right, pitfall number 1, and this is a biggie, is underestimating what's called the total cost of ownership. This happens when you get fixated on the shiny price tag of that new piece of tech, but you completely forget about all the other costs, like maintenance, training, and support, that are waiting for you right around the corner.
So you make the mistake of focusing only on that upfront purchase price. But the real impact? That's when a crippling budget shortfall just hits you out of nowhere mid-year, because all those hidden costs, the maintenance, the training, the upgrades, they all suddenly demand to be paid.
Next up is a huge one. And honestly, in today's world, this is completely non-negotiable. We're talking about the mistake of treating cybersecurity like it's some optional add-on, instead of what it really is, a core, absolutely essential part of your business.
And to put a fine point on it, just think about this. Cyber attacks on cloud services shot up a staggering 136% in just the last year. That's not a small trend. That is a massive alarm bell telling you the risk is real and it's growing like crazy.
So, what's the move? Well, the experts are pretty clear on this one. The best practice is to set aside at least 20% of your total IT budget specifically for security. And don't think of it as a cost. It's an investment in protecting your business, your data, and your customers' trust. Pitfall number 3 is a classic disconnect. It's what happens when your IT team is planning in one room and your business leaders are in another. And it feels like they're not even speaking the same language. So here's the crucial point. You have to stop basing this year's budget on what you happened to spend last year. That's looking backwards. Instead, you need to align your budget with where you want the business to be next year. If you don't, you'll end up with tech that literally can't keep up with your own vision.
The cloud. You hear about it all the time, right? It's often pitched as the ultimate money saver. And look, it can be amazing, but too many businesses just leap in assuming it's always the cheapest way to go. And that's not quite the whole story.
See, that assumption of automatic savings, it just totally ignores the reality of migration fees, the potential cost of downtime while you make the switch, and the ongoing usage fees that can go up and down. If you don't do the math ahead of time, it can lead to some really nasty financial surprises. And finally, our 5th pitfall really comes down to vision. It's the classic mistake of planning your IT for the company you are today instead of planning for the powerhouse you're trying to become tomorrow. This kind of short-term thinking might feel safe in the moment, but the impact down the line is huge. When that big growth opportunity finally shows up, you're left scrambling for cash and resources, which can delay huge projects and, even worse, hurt your customers' experience. Okay, so we've spent a lot of time identifying the problems. Now, let's build the solution. We've got a clear 5-step plan to get your IT budget off the defensive and back on track, actually working for you. Here it is. Think of this as your roadmap to success. For every key action, you assign a clear owner and a way to check that it's actually been done right.
It's a dead simple way to create accountability and make sure nothing ever falls through the cracks again.
All right, you have the framework, you have the plan. Now let's talk about turning all this knowledge into action, like right now. It's time to make your budget your ally, not your enemy.
And here you go, your simple, no fluff, actionable checklist. I want you to literally use these 5 points as the agenda for your very next budget meeting. It'll guarantee you cover all your bases.
So, what do you do tomorrow morning? Your next steps are super clear. 1. Schedule that budget review and get the right people in the room. 2. Use the checklist we just went over to guide the entire conversation. And 3. Keep one eye on the horizon. Monitor what's happening in your industry so you can stay nimble.
We're going to leave you with one last really crucial thought. You know, the biggest shift you can make is all in your head. It's time to stop seeing your IT budget as just a list of costs to be cut. Start seeing it for what it is, a strategic investment in your company's future. That mental shift, that simple reframing, that's the real key to unlocking growth.